want to thank you all for being here today, and I'm Rodney Ellis, and it's a little cooler down here, and you can sit down, by the way, if you get warm. We get a few bodies in here. I'm glad. First, I want to thank my staff for doing a great job on arranging everything today, and they had the good judgment to do it indoors. Today, we're standing in the heart of downtown Houston in the Cotton Exchange building. Cotton was so big in Houston and in the development of Houston, we don't have just one, we have two Cotton Exchange buildings. This building was one of the first in Houston to be listed on the National Register of Historic Places, and it was designated a Texas Historical Landmark by the Texas Historical Commission. For more than half a century, from 1874 to 1924 of Houston. This historical designation ignores the labor and contributions of countless individuals who contributed to the economic boom of Houston. This mural on this building is titled From Slavery to Freedom. This work to honor Harriet Tubman and the countless other enslaved people who built our nation is part of our ongoing effort to connect the local commemoration of the legacy of slavery to national commemoration conversations. On August the 20th, thanks to the hard work of our own local Congressman, Al Green, give him a warm round of applause. He will come and speak a little later, but because of Congressman Al Green and the United States Senator from Massachusetts, we recognize Slavery Remembrance Day in America. It's part of an international Remembrance Day that was recognized before we opted to do it in the United States. And each year, we continue and will continue to commemorate the victims of slavery instead of just celebrating its end. It's always important to note that slavery lasted 2.5 years longer in Texas. And as our state leaders try to erase history, because some people might be embarrassed or it may make some students feel guilty, I always try to do it with a smile and point out, as a descendant of slaves, I got over it. What the hell is wrong with them? It is a part of our shared history. Connecting local to national and international movements for justice, this mural hits on 3 United Nations sustainability goals. All of the murals that we have put up relate to some United Nations sustainability goal. I always point out the slogan of big art, bigger change. Don't just let the pretty pictures deceive you. Each of these murals relate to some important sustainable development goal. These murals will provide a space for Houstonians and visitors from across the globe to reach out beyond themselves, recognize a shared past, and build a more inclusive future. In this series, we are adding a replica of the work called Ghana Dancers by renowned Houston artist Dr. John Biggers, which you will see on the 1010 Lamar Garage. That's why we have the bus with Dr. Biggers on it, so we can take you over there. Some of you can't walk those 8 blocks, so we'll drive you over. This is our 3rd biggest mural completed in our Big Art, Bigger Change series. And I'm passionate about finding opportunities to raise the awareness about Dr. Biggers' life, legacy, and his incredible talent as an artist. I want to thank Alvia Wardlow. Texas Southern University has the rights to Dr. Biggers' work. And I want to thank David Hales, Hazel Biggers' nephew, who I met with several times to convince him to let us do the first one on Hester House and then the second one downtown. And now that Texas Southern has the rights, Alvia Wardlow gave us the rights to do this 3rd one. Ghana Dancers help us communicate the 4th United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, which is to ensure inclusive and equitable education, promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. The 3rd mural you will see today is called Greater Sisterhood, and it is inspired by the global work of the women of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. And they have impacted our community and our nation for over 100 years. And it has been manifested through sisterhood, scholarship, and service. This mural focuses on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which are 5, gender equality, achieve greater equality and empower all women and girls. 17, partnerships strengthen the means of implementation and revitalization of the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development. If there are any members of Sigma Gamma Rho here, and I think there are, please give them a shout out and raise your hands. And the great thing is they paid for that mural when they had their international convention here in Houston. I hope it challenges all of the Divine Nine to follow suit and leave a lasting memory when they go to various cities. In Harris County, we believe that art can inspire change, and artwork in this series does just that. I want to take a moment to celebrate the artists. I know that Thibault and Audrey are going to talk about them, but some of them may be here, some of them are working. I did see Bimbo in the back, but just raise your hands. I know they're gonna talk about you. And look, 4 artists did these series. And when I was going to dinner last night, they were going up on the ladder. And it's not just about the work or how many turbans they'll put in their pocket once they're in circulation. It is really a passion for them. I want to thank you personally for the work that you put into these murals and all of the others. They'll mention how many we put up so far in Houston. I'll now turn it over to Thibault and Audrey to share more information about these murals. They are the curators for the murals, and I'm just so proud to have gotten to know them and help them, not just here, but a few places around the country, and I'm trying to help them in a few places around the world. Thibault Decker and Audrey Decker.
Well, good morning, everybody. So my name is Audrey Decker, and with my partner Thibault, we are the co-founders of Street Art for Mankind. We're going to tell you briefly about us, but before that, we would like to share a short audio of our friend from UNESCO, Gabriela Ramirez, who wanted to say a few words to you today.
Good morning. My name is Gabriela Ramos. I'm the Assistant Director General for Social and Human Sciences at UNESCO. And it's an honor to share this message to unveil the From Slavery to Freedom mural. Remembering the slave trade and its abolition is crucial for our collective memory and conscience. Through remembrance, we honor the resilience of those who fought for freedom and acknowledge the suffering of countless individuals. This awareness is vital as we continue to confront racism and discrimination in our societies today, a legacy from the past, but also a contemporary challenge. Each of us can contribute to building a more just and equitable world by educating ourselves, challenging prejudice, and advocating equal rights for every people in the world.
So that's what the few words from Gabriela Ramos for us today. We are very excited to be here. So with Thibault, we created Street Art for Mankind now almost 10 years ago to raise awareness and to help support the fight for a better world, to fight against issues, social issues and environmental issues around the world. We create those massive, very large murals with fantastic artists like Victor, Ash, and Bimbo that are here with us today. So first, again, thank you. This would not happen without you. And with this large mural, our goal is really to stop people in their day-to-day, make them think, make them act, touch their heart, so that all together we can build that required compassion to change the world. Compassion is the key, and we hope and we believe that by inspiring people, we can make that happen. So in addition to compassion and how to act, we have this app called Behind the Wall. So all of our murals around the world are activated by the app, when you can hear audios like the one you just heard, or even the artist speaking to really tell you more about the issue. So I encourage you to download it. It's called Behind the Wall. And I'm being very brief, and I'm going to give the mic to Thibault, who's going to tell you more about today's work.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me over there? Is it okay? Yep, thank you. So Thibaut Decker, obviously, with Audrey, a co-founder of Street Art for Mankind. My role probably today is to talk a bit more about this outdoor museum that Houston has. And I know Rodney said a lot already, so I'm going to try not to repeat myself. But so it is, to date, the biggest outdoor museum in a center of a city in the world. And I think that is a huge achievement. I want to thank Rodney, and start with that, for the vision, for stopping that day on that wall and not being hit by that train that was going through. Because this has been the driving force behind it. I want to thank also Chris. I don't know if Chris came today from downtown Houston, who also believed in us at that time and followed and you know, drove all that to create the Big Art, Bigger change. I want to thank Total, because I know they're here also, that believed also and followed. And I want to thank also Exxon for their help and also their support along the way. Other than the thanks, I would say you have outside an outdoor museum of 47 murals today and counting. So we're coming back. This outdoor museum, like all the art that we do, is actually an art with a purpose. And the purpose is not only to inspire you and get you to walk your city and enjoy it and love art in general, but it's also to find your cause. This museum has been built around the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN, and there's 17. So along those 17, I'm sure you can find your passion and get engaged. And the purpose of the app that Audrey was talking about is to connect people. So you can connect to your local organization, you could decide to do something. It doesn't always come to money, it comes to passion. And at one point, finding your cause and doing something about it. So yes, we work on social, environmental topics, and that's the idea, with spectacular artists. Maybe a bit on them before, because I'm sure they're going to want to be short. So Victor Ash, trinational, Danish, French, Portuguese, extraordinary artist that we call him the maestro. Let's say invented graffiti in France, let's go there. A pioneer of street art, if you've been in Berlin with his astronaut over there, and extraordinary skill. If you see outside what those two have been doing, this is 10 days of work only. And look at the complexity. It's with windows, which don't just remove space, they actually make it more complex to coordinate all that and have something which comes out the right way. So it's pretty impressive on the performance, and that asks for a lot of skills right there to render what you're going to see just after that. They work with acrylics solely, paint guns. Enough about me talking, and maybe just a few words. No? Bimbo, kick it in. And I forgot Bimbo. So Bimbo, and it's important also to me, as I'm born in Africa, and I lived in Nigeria. So Nigerian-American artist from Houston that has also a very classical background. And I'll let you guys take it over and talk a bit more about the piece.
Thank you. I want to thank, first of all, Commissioner Rodney Ellis for this great opportunity, the vision, the passion. Of course, also joining with the Street Art for Mankind. It actually keyed in and, connect with even the passion that I have as an artist. Through these murals and the work that we've been doing, I have opportunity to actually engage with, great artists. I call him the maestro, like Victor Ash, to do these great works, and also, now know and see the reality of the fluidity of creativity. It transcends boundary, transcends, race and all that. But we are just one. And the passion to, carry on this goal and influence, change, educate, and inspire the community, much more than just having it in your house, but now having it in the city and, change the totality of our thinking and our engagement. And it's a privilege, and I just want to thank you all. Thank you.
I do want to mention, I'll tip down. Although Victor is so bashful, this is his second mural here. Third? What are the others? You tell us what are the others.
It's actually the fourth.
I speak German. Speaking to do.
I don't speak German.
Danish.
But,
Danish.
I speak Danish, yeah, or French, or Portuguese.
Parlez-vous français? You tell
Oui, je
us.
parle français.
What are your other murals?
The Lady Justice, just
Lady Justice.
not far from here. The Justice for All,
Isaac Justice.
yeah,
Symphonia Thompson.
and the Freedom with the little girl on the horse here on
Yes.
some hotel. So I'm very present in Houston,
And
obviously.
he has to be the fastest one. You know, all of them do a good job, but it's just amazing, particularly with that Lady Justice.
Yeah.
And I was scared to death, and I was thinking, please don't let somebody get up there and fall, because nobody will say, "Oh, Rodney was trying to." Then they've been saying he killed somebody. and most of these artists who are accustomed to these massive walls are from Europe. It's the reality of it. South Africa.
There are many
But
Americans.
yeah. But so what we did was team him up with a local artist, and I think it has let Bimbo expand his ability.
Right.
And now he's doing work in Los Angeles and Detroit. Even if you haven't gotten paid in Detroit yet, but it'll come. But thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
tell
you
them
for-
where the other two artists, they're still working.
So yeah. Thank you. Merci.
Hey, give them a round of applause.
Please. So their piece, very fast, is actually on Harriet Tubman that you will see outside, and on slavery, of course. And it's an encouragement to look at our past and build a better future together. And I think when you're going to see that piece, maybe we'll talk in front of the wall of the details. Or, and so let me talk about the other artist then. So you're going to see two other pieces that we're actually inaugurating today. The other piece is on the 1010 Lamar. And that is a spectacular replica of John Biggers, who's from Houston. And the idea of that piece is to talk about the legacy of John Biggers and everything that he's actually brought, not only to the city, but internationally. And he happened to work also with UNESCO and to be sponsored by UNESCO in 1957 to do his first trip to Africa, which inspired him also. So it made a lot of sense also in everything that we're doing to have him there and to have those Ghana dancers, which is a signature work from him when they dance. So it's, John Biggers had a passion for women and for dance in general, and he always portrayed them from the back because he always thought that people, when you look at them in the face, they always wear masks. They don't when you look at them in the back. And that was a quote, I would say, from him. So we're very happy to also, with artist Jairus from Canada and also Alex Arzou from Houston, another duo over there that you'll see later, they're still painting, finishing that work. Very happy to bring John Biggers to his town and to have him that high in the sky over all those skyscrapers so that people can enjoy his art and discover it. And if you like his art, he's in museum, go to the Smithsonian, see all that, because his art is just spectacular, and I think everybody should know it, not only in the US, but across the world. I talk too much, I know. So maybe we should go and see that art together and maybe take a picture. I want to thank you all for coming today. It's been a blast, and we're coming back, by the way, in January, so get ready for some more murals. Thank you.
So it's all right, it's good. So I want to thank Nicole Irving from the Mayor's Office of Cultural Affairs. She's here, give her a round of applause. He mentioned Nicholas Medina with Exxon Pipeline. Thank you for the work that you all do. Dr. Karen Williams is here, Executive Director of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority. Give her a round of applause. She is packing ahead to Brazil tonight, and she wants some ideas on art. My dear friend and colleague, and I just talked to, I admire his work so much, Representative Ron Reynolds. I saw your face earlier. Coming up and stand with us, Ron. Congressman Al Green is going to come by later, but now two things I want you to do. Next, we're going to have a performance, not a speech. You're going to get a great performance that will inspire you. Take about 10 minutes. And then if the congressman makes it, we'll let him say a few words. And then we have a bus for those of you all who want to. We're going to take a picture outside by Harriet Tubman, and then we're going to board that bus if you'd like, or you can walk to go and see the other two murals. But with that, I want to introduce and now invite to come up Community Music Center of Houston for a performance and reenactment. And we should move out of the way, right? Yes. Okay.